So the final topic for our class this semester will be variance analysis. And so in chapter 14, this is a topic that is introduced here. And basically what we're looking at here is a comparison between what happened versus what should have happened. So what happened versus what should have. And this is something that you can go through life and you have some sort of expectation as far as what would occur, some sort of plan. And this is something that we would deal with in variance analysis. And so this is something where you have and the chapter looks at a lot of different areas. What I'm looking at and something to focus more on are the direct cost variances. So our focus here will be on direct materials and direct labor. So, what is variance analysis? And so what it is an evaluation based on some sort of expectation, the sort of what should have been. And so what we have here is the notion of a standard. And so this is, the expectation of time, cost, and or quantity. So the simplest one to be looking at here would be the direct labor variance. So we can decompose the total direct labor variance into two areas. One is the labor rate variance, and what this does is it compares actual quantity, or in this case hours, so actual hours at actual price with the actual hours at the standard price. So so what this does is looks at what would happen, for the time. So using a little bit of economics, holding the hours constant at the actual, did we pay more or less than expected? So what this comes down to is a comparison of actual price with the standard price. So it's possible that we would pay exactly what we thought, in which case there would be no labor rate variance. But it's likely that we would have some sort of difference between what was actually paid and what was a standard. So if the actual price exceeds the standard price, so our actual cost exceeds the standard cost, we will have an unfavorable labor rate variance. So it's like, well, that's greater, right? Why is this unfavorable? Well, it's unfavorable because it cost us more than what we were expecting. So in that regard, we ended up spending more than what we anticipated. And so vice versa, if the actual price, I'm going to come back in here and change this very importantly, is less than the standard price, then we have what's known as a favorable labor rate variance. It costs us less than what we had anticipated.